do we ride? Good question, Sergeant Markins. It's a good question. I think because we're a different breed. And I mean, the kind of person that's more interested in the road than the destination. Kind of person that's willing to go out of their way just to see something, just to have an experience, even when it makes no sense, even when it's dangerous. I think we're the type of people... Oh, hi. I think we're the type of people that are more interested in the thrill of the ride than the possibility of the fall. People that are more interested in experiences along the road of life than they are the possibility of accidents. I think we ride because life is mundane enough. Going to the grocery store is mundane enough. Traffic lights and speed limits are annoying enough. And riding a motorcycle makes up for a lot of that. We ride for the silence as much as we ride for the companionship. You ever notice you instantly, when you see other bikers, you instantly have a bond of kinship, something, an entire subculture that you have in common even before you know their name. Brotherhood. There's an isolated camaraderie, because even when you're riding with other people, being on a motorcycle is still an isolating experience. It's you, the bike, and the road, and that's it. I've said before that there are no thoughts between gears. Out here, there's no memories, no anticipation, no plans, no big ideas that I need to accomplish, no ambitions. It's just you and the road, and of course, the car in front of you going slow. Oh. When I first started riding motorcycles, it was when I was a kid, dirt bikes. I can't remember what age I really was. Just remember my first one was a Honda Trail 90, and it was like twice the size of what I should have been riding. I mean, I was just I could choose between the left side or the right side. I couldn't touch on either one at the same time. So I had to start there. And dropping that thing was a nightmare because it was just a little Honda Trail 90, but I think everything was made out of iron. Even the tires, it was all made out of iron. Stay right there. It was all made out of iron. It was a heavy, heavy bike. That's the first bike I remember riding on until I started getting real dirt bikes. Don't know what age it was, but even from then, I always had to do chores. You know, you had to go to school, you had to do this, you had to do this when you got home. I just remember I would come home, I'd go through the school programming. Okay, let's get it over with. Okay, out, bam. Now home. Okay, what's next? Chores. What do we got to do? List wood. All right, get it done. Are we done? Are you done with me? Okay, cool. I'm going riding. And it was always a motivation, you know, to no matter what else you had to go throughout the day. Even as a very young kid, as soon as I rode a motorcycle, I realized that, hey, there's an escape from it all right there. Even if it's temporary. Well, you know, everything's temporary. All drugs wear off. That's why you buy another one. But I think while all of us have different reasons why we ride, a lot of the same similarities we're all going to relate to. Even the small unspoken things. Again, that's why when you see bikes passing you, or you wave at them when they wave at you, and it's almost just a reaction, not something you have to think about, because you instantly recognize one of your own. Motorcycle's not the safest way to travel. I've, heard the statistics, and I think I understand why the statistics are the way they are. I see how a lot of people ride motorcycles. I see how people drive cars. I'm surprised there's not dead bodies just littering both sides of the highway. I mean, I'm serious. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm dead serious. Dead serious. It's almost proof of God, because people are just not smart enough to merge onto the freeway without divine intervention. I'm telling you. I've seen it too many times where it was only by the grace of God they survived, because they paid no attention. And unfortunately, you've got motorcycle riders that do the same thing and have high performance motorcycles, and you only get one mistake a lot of times before you cause a lot of damage or injury or even death. So you only get one shot. But even as a kid, I can remember realizing that that motorcycles equaled freedom, and that's why I like to ride, even today. Even today. Shout out to Thelma and Tracy. Last I saw you on the spot checker, you guys were about halfway through North Dakota when I left the house about a half hour ago. almost wish I would have been thinking enough to plan to meet you guys wherever it is you're splitting to go north, you know, up through Canada. I wish I would have planned ahead and planned to meet you over there on your trip. We ride because the road of life is a participation sport.